Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel 2 on part 109. In the previous video, we basically made more progress into the epilogue, or I guess actually started the real epilogue since this isn't called the epilogue, but we're Reen, Stinky Reen, who I don't like anymore. We're supposed to be talking to NPCs because you're never free. Hello. It's also, this is the day that we should beat the game. I kind of have to beat the game today, or else, pain will be visited upon me. To tell you the truth, I've been feeling kind of jealous of your class lately. Remember that time we had to, like, fight the Demon Lord or die? I mean, I know things are tough for you and your classes are way harder than anyone else's, but y'all just seem like you're having so much fun together. Nothing ever gets you down. It looks so nice. Oh yeah, do you hear about the flea market they're doing over in the auditorium tomorrow? Melinda and I have just got to see what they've got. What? They're selling fleas. That didn't seem very safe or sanitary. I don't think anyone expected the trouble in Crossbell to come to an end so quickly. I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. There's way more trouble. Crossbell is doing fine, man. Okay, like, yeah, there was a tree or whatever, but like, it got handled. Stupid Airbonia comes in, ooh. Just goes to show the sort of things Chancellor Osborne is capable of. Of course, attributing that solely to him would be ignoring all your hard work. Yeah, Reen's a criminal. Hardly, I did what I was told. Reen, try and let your spirit sink, okay? As hard as it may be. Those people in Crossbell deserve this pain and suffering, and you've got to deliver it upon them. I already talked to you. I decided to join a military band in the Imperial Army after I graduate. I want a career that gives me the chance to show people the strength of music, and what better to show strength than in the military? And let me put the skills I picked up at the academy to use too. Anyone else gonna tell him? I keep showing people the strength of music, just in the military now. I want to make sure I put the skills I picked up at the academy to use. No one's gonna respect you because you play in an army band, dude. I'm sorry. Wonder how Alan did against Patrick today. Hopefully well after that energizing lunch I made for him. I guess trying to support your significant other in every way possible is just part of being in love. I hope you found the time to spend with someone you care about today too, Reen. Thanks, I'll try. We had to pick a new head for the wind orchestra a while back, so obviously put my name forward. But everyone voted for Bridgie. She didn't even volunteer in the first place. I really wanted it too. I wonder why nobody voted for me. What a mystery. I think Mint would be better than Bridget. At some things. Oh, well, I'm sure Bridget will make a great leader. Sounds like things are going really well with Alan, too. Uncle Makarov and Instructor Mary could stand to learn a thing or two from them. You know about the flea market tomorrow, right? No, I don't. Well, the wind orchestra is going to be performing at the auditorium stage in the afternoon for a little background music. It's just one fun thing after another at Thors, isn't it? We'll be performing for the flea market tomorrow. I can hardly wait. It's going to be a blast. I received a job offer from the Zamurian Railroad Corporation, so that's where I'll be working after graduation. They're going to be introducing something called a buffet car. I said that wrong on purpose. To certain trains, apparently, and they want to I help with it. I certainly didn't see myself working for a train company, but traveling the country, concocting new dishes sounds like a dream. It'll give me a chance to see how this nation is shifting from a variety of places too. Weird to think tomorrow's the last free day of the year. I'm gonna have to go exploring. Better start drawing a map and better start drawing a map and planning out the day now. I don't want to waste a single hour. Extenuating circumstances have led me to opening an exhibition in Heimdall. More specifically, our club advisor took the liberty of showing off the piece I made during the war to everyone she could. Now I got people saying they want to become my sponsors, some garbage like that. None of that matters to me. I just wish they'd shut up and let me work. Well, I suppose it's not all bad. They are offering me an awful lot of money, apparently. I can use that to set up my own altair away from anyone who would try and talk to me and distract me from my work. I wasn't able to figure out why painting felt so empty to me this past month. Well, not until you came back. All of a sudden that emptiness is clearly gone. Clearly I like your company. Clara said that paintings reflect the heart of their artist. It looks like she was absolutely right. Does that mean your heart's empty? Because there ain't shit there, dude. I'll be taking over Clara's position as head of the art club when she graduates. Not that I feel like I'm up to the task, but that won't stop me from trying. I can't live in fear of overstepping my comfort zone, not with all of you doing what you're doing. I still don't feel like I'm quite ready to take over the art club, but if I don't do it, nobody else will, and I can't live in fear of stepping out of my comfort zone forever, can I? I brought Lynn some of the flowers I grew in the gardening club to use as a model for a painting. Do you want some too? They smell super sexy, just like me. What does that even mean? A good sip of them would cheer you up in no time. I'm kidding, that'd be crazy. Unless... I do appreciate the thought, but I think I'm good on flowers for now. But who want to paint some lousy flowers and they have pretty Vivi just waiting to pose for them? Her loss. Running. Actually, was there something else up here? No, I think we're good. Alright. Give us the secret hidden medal. You thought you were free and clear after the first game? No. You will hand over the ultra secret hidden medal to me right now. We'll terrorize you just like we did the citizens of Crossbell. I knew it. Ah, but as a ring Schwarzer, allow me to give you my belated congratulations on your incredible work over in Crossbell. I'm gonna beat your ass, old man. Oh, get Lloyd up in here. Just start whacking and smacking. Oh, it does break my heart. This is a heavy burden should fall to a student such as yourself. Good thing you killed those Calvardians, though. Not like they had families and loved ones. I mean, granted, the Calvert did invade first, so I don't, you know, have a ton of sympathy for them, but it is kind of funny that prior to the, you know, in this game, there was a bunch of, like, Reen being hung up on, like, even just killing V, which wasn't really his fault, yet he had absolutely no qualms about just blowing up that airship and murdering everybody inside. Don't feel bad, sir. I was the one who chose to accept the Crossbellian government's request. After all, it wasn't the Crossbellian government's request. Crossbellian government's in exile, motherfucker. Besides, it wouldn't do me any good to run away from this. The role I've been given is difficult, but I'll see it through to the end. I ended up meeting some interesting people over there, too. I have no regrets. I'm gonna smack the shit out of him. I shall only say one more thing, then. I'm sure your days ahead will be full of hardships, but be sure not to lose your sight of them as you face yourself. Or face them yourself. That is all the advice I can give you. Just pretend I didn't stutter and mess up my words and that it was like really meaningful and stuff, Reen. If you tell anyone different, I'm going to revoke your medal. Wait, you mean you lost your medal after you flew away in Valmar? How? Oh yeah, I guess maybe he should have known too, right? As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance. I mean, I could see him knowing, but I could also see him not knowing. I mean, I doubt they really stayed in touch. Is something wrong, Schwarzer? No, sir. Not at all. Wouldn't be surprised if Principal Van Dyke knew something. But now's the time to start asking. There are many hardships lie in store for you, but never lose sight of yourself as you struggle to overcome them. He's already lost sight of himself, man. I mean, to a degree, I'm like kind of playing it up because I think it's a funny bit, but like it honestly does kind of annoy me. This whole like Reen having no problem joining the army and helping them maintain order in Crossbell. Mainly because I mean it really does like just like shit all over Crow's legacy as far as I'm concerned. I think it's wonderful that you've all resolved to do what's best for you. Rather than following the path life laid out for you, you're taking your lives into your own hands and forging new trails. Do some of them maybe, perhaps, possibly, maybe just a little tiny bit go through the sky? Making it through the war has clearly had a positive effect on all of you. Well, we've been back for 3 whole days now. Have people finally stopped hounding you with questions? Sounds like you hardly had a moment's peace at first. Well, everyone knew where I'd been. The whole country knows what with the Chronicle running their stories about me. I can't blame them for being curious. One of the things you'll probably have to get used to, at least as long as you're here in the public eye. Don't think too much about it, though. Just be sure to make a good use of tomorrow, both for yourself and for those who no longer can. Yeah, there's people you murdered over in Crossbell. Why, hello, Reen! How goes your studying? I'd be more than happy to help if you're having any sort of trouble. Is the memories of all those people you killed haunting you at night? Thanks for the offer, but I think I'll be alright. I've got the Machias and Emma support system keeping me on the ball. If that offer extends to next year, though, I'm sure I'll be taking you up on it then. Ah, by all means, nothing in this world makes me happier than leading a hand to students. It's like, I don't get what they mean by, like... Because they make it sound like only Reen's coming back next year? Like, what is everybody else doing? Because if anything, you would think it would be like Reen wouldn't be coming back because he's got, you know, Crossbell to oppress. Nothing in this world makes me happier than lending a hand to students in need. Oh, and by the way, I pretty much finished decoding those black records you gave me. As much as it pains me, you can take them off my hands. You have? There's some fascinating stuff in there. If I do say so myself, be sure to look them over if you have the time. Right. But can you believe the academic year is so close to its end? I'd just love to see it off with a big old party, wouldn't you? I think you're onto something. Too bad Nightheart keeps leaving my messages on red. I'm pretty curious with the report he just gave me. I'll have to look it over when I get back to the dorm. Can I not look it over now? I guess not. The answer seems to be no. A report on the contents of the black records. Best read during the evening. What? The sunset's beautiful tonight, isn't it? Well, you know, flowers have started blooming throughout town as well. I suppose you could say they're getting ready to see everyone off as they take the next step in their lives. Well, no matter what you think the flowers are up to, try and make your last free day worthwhile, but stay out of harm's way. I'll try. Both the students and instructors seem so restless right now. Not that that comes as a surprise. Whether they stay at Thors or go elsewhere, they'll have a brand new environment to adapt to. But new beginnings are part of the nature of spring. That's not a bad thing. I guess that makes sense of spring just around the corner. Our favorite janitor buddy, what's up? Flea market tomorrow is a joint project between the merchants of Tristan's and volunteer first year. It's going to be quite the occasion. Sounds like just right for the last free day of the year, if you ask me. I'll be there to see it for sure. Wait, who's the person patrolling? Have I talked to you? I would have thought you'd be back in your dormitory by now to get everything in order for tomorrow. Now that you're here, however, there's one thing I'd like to ask you. How fares Arkansas over in Crossbell? You should know after your recent venture. I can't say, I'm afraid. I didn't really get the chance to see what they're up to. Smack! That's because he's the only... I don't know. I wish I could have, though. Maybe next time. Reasonable. I was just worried about Risha Mao's well-being. There have been rumors of late that the group star's performers are gravely injured is in the process of recovery. I've been worried that her absence may be placing an additional stress on Risha. I forget I said anything. You wouldn't think he was such a devoted fan just looking at him. I'm gonna say, does he not remember her name? Wonder how he'd react if I told him that I think I actually ran into her and fought her too. Actually, I probably shouldn't tell him about the whole fighting thing, and I can hardly believe it happened myself. Then you'd really get the shit smacked out of you. And then Principal Vice, what's your name, Heinrich, would become probably the best character. If he were to just slap the shit out of Reen right now, he would instantly shoot to the top of the power rankings. Even if it was for the wrong reason, I'd pretend it was because he's smacking Reen for being a hypocrite. Oh no, I'm so sad that Crow died. Hell, now I'm gonna go help the Imperial army basically do the exact same thing that caused Crow to become evil and then create another Crow in the process. I'm just saying, when punished Ellie shoots Chancellor Reen in 20 years, like, you're all gonna be sorry. You know how tough it is to do these special lessons for you kids? Got more than enough on my hands with just one set of lessons. You guys just have to have your own, didn't you? I'm sure it's a ton of work. We really can't make good enough for doing all this for us. Whatever. Yeah, current workload's a headache, but I'm sure it'll be upgraded to a migraine when next year's rolls around. Doing no small part of that damn building over there. Oh, are we building something? That one's supposed to house Valimar and all the soldats. The Imperial Army asked the Academy to build it, didn't they? Yeah, ass didn't rule the right word, though. Not the first time they made us take those combat shells, too. They even made me help with it since I worked on that Taichi. Just finished it up a few days when you came back from Crossbell. Didn't know that. Haven't given us any soldats to put in there yet, but it's probably just a matter of time. I bet they're gonna be as common on the battlefield as tanks soon enough. Yeah? Kinda scared to think how much that has changed in Erebonia already since the start of the war. Or the end of the war. This is probably only the beginning. Well, that's life. Nothing stays the same forever. Just don't spend so much time worrying about the future that you forget about what's happening in your life right now. Basically, don't freak out about the future of Erebonia. We got your own shit to deal with, like next week's test. Shit! My motivational speech was interrupted by me not being able to fucking read. I'll be sure to study extra hard for this one. Maybe I should drop by that building and pay Valimar a visit later, though. Honestly, you'd be better off if you didn't sweat what's to come. You're a student. Act like it. Biggest worry should be the test next week. Base material's gonna be on it too, so you might as well start studying. Or else we'll ship you over to Crossbell where you can get oppressed and become radicalized. It's nearly time for me to bow to my academic career. Have the preparations been made for my return to my family's land, Serapha? Of course, everything is arranged for you to start managing from the moment you arrive. I've also finished networking with all the other second years so that you may remain in contact with them. Splendid! All's well then. Wait, all the second years? With the Empire as it stands, it is more imperative than ever that we fresh young graduates stay connected. And what better contact for maintaining these connections than Vincent Florod, noble and patriot? I feel the inspiration from here, Master Vincent. My remaining time at this academy shall be as sad and beautiful as the sunset sky. Nary a dry eye will be seen in these halls. My responsibility is administering the Florod family rands and unifying the graduating second years will deny this fine institution my presence. I shall live on in the memories of my dear sister and the hearts of the fair, beautiful maidens at this academy. Apologies for interrupting is what is clearly a deeply emotional moment for you, but I can sense Lady Margarita's imminent approach. Therefore, Miss Flea at once. Tonight I will spend at the... Wait, tonight will be spent on the... I am at that cafe in Trista? What? You must either catasmically decline her advances or accept her with open arms and puckered lips. There's no middle ground. Peace was never an option. Here you go, you wee bam. I hope you're ready for the flea market tomorrow. I'm gonna sell you so hard you'll have no choice to admit that I'm the better merchant. Becky. You're only now declaring. If you're only now declaring war, you've already lost. Any merchant worth his salt would have known the battle started the moment the market was announced. Did I overestimate you again? How about you overestimate your fucking shins when I kick them in the face, you wee tosser? I don't know how you kick shins in the face. Shut up. Don't. The bit wasn't well thought out. That my knowledge of marketing theory is nearly perfect, and my approaches like hers stand absolutely no chance against it. Bro, I can't read today. You can't read any day. Yeah, I know. Shut up. Keep at it, mate. You will never be laughing for long. Can I wait to wipe that smug look off his face tomorrow? I owe nearly as much to the riding club this year as I do to our class. My time at Thors wouldn't have been nearly as interesting if I hadn't joined. I consider myself lucky to have done so. I'm happy to hear that. Still, Reed, I want to understand, my brother owes you a lot for what you've done during your stay in Crossbell. I wouldn't say that. Also, Eustace, don't you dare forgive your brother, okay? He's a piece of shit, and you should hate him, at least to some degree. Otherwise, you will share joint bottom in the power rankings. While I was there, I saw the extent of his political skill over and over again, and, well, I feel like I only now know just how much he's capable of. In both good ways and bad, I assume. I thought I knew him just like I thought I knew my father, but in the end they were both strangers to me. Sorry, Eustace. Well, enough. I mean, at least it seems like he does have some reservations, at least. I wish he could have seen his duty as one of the Academy's directors, though, to the end of the year. That's all. I mean, I don't necessarily expect you to instantly hate Rufus, because he was in your life, right? It's gonna be a process. Now, Reen, you know, should hate the Chancellor. And it does, I mean, they did say that he hasn't talked to him since then, so... We don't really know why he joined, like, he helped the Imperial Army in Crossbell. Like, I kind of wish they'd explain that, or at least talk about his reasoning. Because it does seem like such a, like, it seems extremely out of character. So why did he do it? If he wasn't forced to? Or, like, you know, coerced into doing it? I've been chosen as the next riding club captain. I can't help but feel like Eustace would be the right person for the job, though. Still, it's my responsibility now, and I'm going to do an even better job than he would. You do realize the riding club is literally just you two now? I have my heart set on joining the Imperial Cavalry after graduation. We live in rapidly changing times, and that only makes it more important for me to chart Arabonia's path as both a noble and a soldier. Besides, this opportunity provides me with a chance to use my Thors education, the lessons I learned from the Civil War too. Why did I come to this conclusion, you ask? Suppose it was Eustace's influence, and that of a dearly departed fellow second year. Aw. And my heart's... Also, why would you join the army that Crowfall? Seems kind of weird. I recognize that I'll be treading a dangerous path, but there's no need to worry. Not as long as I have Whitcomb by my side every step of the way. Granted, Crow didn't seem to have much beef with the actual army itself, because, you know, the occupation of Jirai was not, like, military-based. Instead of going home once I graduate, I plan on going on a little journey. I've weighed all my options, and this one stood well above the rest. I'm curious to see how far my swordsmanship can take me, so if nothing else, it should be a very interesting experiment. I decided to ask Loggins to join me as well, so we'll see how he replies. Hell no. So alright, take a sip of the sauce. All that aside, both Alan and Patrick have improved significantly. I haven't yet decided who should be the next club captain, but maybe there doesn't need to be one to start. Having them compete on a regular basis and transferring the captain title to whoever has the most wins might work too. I like that. Where is Loggins? I thought you were Loggins. You were Patrick. Seems like I'm finally able to go toe to toe with Patrick. Guess I've got all the Bridget support over the year to thank for that. These are my laws to rest on. A good boyfriend aims higher to make sure he can always keep his girlfriend safe. Never able to fight Patrick on equal terms without Bridget there supporting me from the start. Can't deny that going out with her has got me feeling pretty good. I'm practically bursting with confidence. Damn it, Alan, control yourself. You can't say that kind of stuff out loud in the middle of club practice. No worries, I get where you're coming from. Hey, do you think you can fight a combat shell now? Fuck no, man, those things are scary. No, it's you, Schwarzer. Is it true that you're going to be helping the student council again tomorrow? Would have imagined one of your position would take the opportunity to rest, but I suppose it's just not your way. Yeah, for better or worse, that's just how I am. How are things back at home, by the way? I've heard things are still kind of chaotic over in the Sutherland province. Unless it's just that, like, if you ask Reen to do something, he literally is unable to decline. Is that why he went over to Crossbell? Because he's like, it's a quest, dude. I have to do it for 100% completion. I've heard things are still kind of chaotic over in the Sutherland province. So it seems it's certainly keeping my father busy. Celestine will be returning home to help him, so I imagine he'll be able to stay on top of things, but... What is it to you who knows to know how my family is faring? Don't you have to worry about as things stand? Well, I have no shortage of scores to settle with you, so I'd appreciate it if you got back to being your old self. Otherwise, I'll simply be speeding ahead of you before you know it come next month. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. It is surprising we literally never saw Patrick's dad, right? As you're well aware, we have no shortage of matters to clear between ourselves, so get back to being your old self already. Otherwise, I'll simply end up speeding ahead of you before you know it. Rawr. It's official. Once Klein graduates, he's going into the Imperial Army. In fact, that's where he is right now, doing some sort of training program. I was hoping to pick his brain about some stuff, given that I'm the new captain of the swimming club. Oh well. When should I teach next year's batch of new recruits? I'm really gonna have to think this one over. I guess lesson one would be getting used to swimming in a cold pool since it's early spring and all. Am I really cut out for this? I'm not half the man Klein is. You'll be fine. They'll probably just join him because ooh, swimming anyway, so... Having a race against Laura is a little panic-inducing, sure, but I can't let that put me off of trying. I won't get better if I never push myself. Ever since I've known Laura, she's been helping me grow. I can't let myself get complacent now. Not after all the faith and time she spent on me. Then let our race begin. I expect nothing short of your best. Of course! It's a true joy to see the strides Monica's made since she first started swimming. People are like water, always shifting, always churning. Even when they look calm on the surface, I have no doubt plenty is happening beneath the surface for her. I guess we should check the second floor. You thought you could hide from me, you little creeper? Oh, they're gonna race, but it gets snapping now. Now this is why the swimming club's the best club. Nothing but well-rounded photo opportunities, one after another. Rest in peace, Rex the war photographer. We hardly knew ye. Just look at them. You can tell they've grown a lot over the past year. Gotta make sure my photos capture that just right. Yeah, okay. Where in the world could my little sugar plum have disappeared to? Most men would be glued to the arm of fiancé as electable as I am. Vincent must be feeling shy. There's not much time until he graduates, so I'll just have to find him so we can spend his final hours at Thors together. Where could my noble escort be? With his graduation so close at hand, I'll have to track him down so we can close out his time at Thors together. The new seeds I planted have finally started to sprout. It'll be a while before we get to see any flowers, though. I was hoping I'd actually have the chance to raise these ones myself, but it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, like, I don't really get, like, are they not gonna explain what the hell's going on? Why is only Reen coming back, but everyone else is fucking off? I mean, I guess they're, like, trying to be vague on purpose. Why can't I fish? Like, real talk, why can't I fish? What's the point? What's the point of splashing? It does nothing. The flowers inside all of our hearts have seen better days, mine and Flea's included. But that's nothing to worry about. I'm sure that spring's warm caress will thaw them out and return them to normal. We're almost done with the academy. Our final talking session in the academy. Well, for this game at least. I don't know if it shows back up in Cold Steel 3, but... Come on. I don't want to go back anyway. Okay, we'll probably just save those two buildings entirely for next time, or for later. I don't know if we can go to Trista, but we'll try. I feel like the press have had to work I feel like the press have to work the famous Ashen Chevalier into everything lately. It's kind of wild to have the talk of the country standing right in front of me. Especially as you don't really like a celebrity. You seem like any other student to me. Well, I am. I'm nothing special. Feels kind of wild to have a celebrity standing right in front of you. Especially as you don't really like a celebrity. You seem like any other student to me. Hello, girl who still has no name. Despite having been in literally every talking section ever. Like, why does she not get a name? It's kind of weird. Now the war is finally over. The continuation of stories I've been following are finally hitting the market. I think I'll take this and this for now. I can't wait to spend tomorrow just relaxing and reading in here. Like, you could at least be called, like, book-loving girl or something. Any lore? Same lore? Did I talk to Milliam? I don't remember if I talked to Milliam or not. I mean, he would be in the cooking club. Weird to think tomorrow's the last free day of the year. Oh, yeah. I do remember that. You were talking about exploring. My god, they don't want me to go to Trista, at least not yet. Still can't believe they're actually keeping the Ashen Knight here at the Academy. Well, yeah, the Ashen Knight and its Paladin are both seen as heroes. They ended the war, after all. I heard the entrance exams are crazy this year, too. Everyone really wants to get in for everything that's happened. No doubt, who would want to go to some place where you might end up with your own knight? I wonder what kind of students manage to get in. Oh, hey, heading back to your dorm, later then, autograph? No? Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ask. That's enough about that for now. We still gotta figure out our plans for our free day tomorrow. Wanna check out that thing they're doing in the auditorium? Hell no! Valimar talks some sense in Arene.
Oh.
He emerges from the light abyss.
Hey there, Rain.
Looks like someone's done with class for the day.
Yep, just got out. Wait, is that?
Yep, Angie's brand new bike.
We started building it for you, but then we had a change of heart.
Wow.
I just couldn't tear you away from your current ride after you'd grown so attached.
Nah, you can have it.
Now I feel bad, considering I pretty much did just that to you. Your new one's got a pretty cool design, though.
Don't get too jealous. Specs are pretty much the same as yours. Well, before Angie tunes it up and adds her custom gear for distance riding, that is.
But distance riding would mean... You're planning on going off on some big journey, aren't you?
10 points to Rain. I just felt like it was time for me to go out and see the world for myself. My martial arts teacher did the same thing once, so I'm sure it'll be a valuable experience for me. The plan for now is to travel through the entirety of Zemuria.
He's gonna end up on a list.
That's not a very specific plan, and a pretty sizable journey.
You can say that again. I've no idea where she finds the energy.
Oh, really now? Your plan to visit the continent's most famous engineering factories is pretty much exactly the same thing.
I mean, at least there's like set locations.
You really think so?
I take it you'll be leaving Erebonia for a while too, George?
Don't come back. This country fucking sucks.
Seems that way. First stop's the Burl and ZCF. Always wanted to see it.
And then you'll never leave because you're like, oh my god, this music is banging, dude.
After that, I got my heart set on a trip to the Epstein Foundation over in Lamont State. While I'm at it, I think it'd be nice to pay a visit to the Vern Company in Calvert, too.
Will you even be able to get into Calvert at this point?
Hey, I didn't say it'd be easy, but I think I can pull some strings. The real reason for this trip is to figure out what I can do as an engineer to help smooth over our international relations.
I have an idea on how to smooth over international relations. Stop fucking invading other countries. It's real easy.
Meeting the continent's finest engineers and discussing things with them should really help get the ball rolling on that.
You've thought that far ahead. That's really admirable. I hope you can find a way to make that happen, even though I feel kind of hypocritical saying that, as someone who participated in the war.
Don't beat yourself up over it, Reen.
No, he should beat himself up over it.
You have nothing to be ashamed of.
Yes, he has plenty to be ashamed of.
That was your only option, given the way the Chancellor set things up. Your actions actually helped us avoid an even longer, more brutal war.
Yeah, okay, but what about Crossbell? What about Crossbell?
But
Angie's right. You played a role that no one else could have. Just think. If things kept going the way they were going, we could have been at war with all of Crossbell.
The fuck is Crossbell gonna do, dude?
I don't even want to imagine the number of lives that would have been lost if you hadn't stepped in the way you did.
Of course, us telling you whether or not you should feel guilty doesn't matter. It all comes down to you facing your own feelings over what you did. But there's one thing we'd like you to remember as you do. You're not alone, Reen. You've got friends who understand why you did what you did.
Yeah, but like, the Civil War stuff isn't really the objectional thing Reen did. The objectional thing was going and joining the army to fight Calvard, and for no real, I mean, it's like, I don't know.
sometimes I wonder how I was lucky enough to get such good ones.
Like, I think
Thanks, you guys.
maybe
This really helps.
you could, like, do some mental gymnastics to justify fighting the Calvardian, like, forces on the border there. Destroying the personal information in Crossbell, like, you know.
Don't mention it. On a completely different
Just
note,
so that,
why
like,
don't you pay
to
Valimar a visit while you're here?
To try and make it so that Rebel Force, like, you know, but not Rebel, I don't know exactly how you want to describe Lloyd and Fry. I mean, they're kind of like a Rebel Force, so that they wouldn't have access to information that would help, a resistance effort? Like, come on, Reen, you have to know you're in the wrong there.
We spared no expense making sure he'd be nice and cozy in there.
I think I will. But not to discredit your coziness efforts or anything, but he seems fine no matter where I leave him.
I mean, I kind of agree.
Well, aren't you a sweet chevalier? Maybe I'll check in on him in a bit too.
I mean, I guess you're not going to try and seduce Valimar, but, because he doesn't have any titties, but... You can imagine my father wasn't exactly thrilled with my decision, but he gave in, eventually. I suppose you should be grateful for having such an understanding father, and such a hard head. There's no telling when I'll be back, but I'll guarantee that I'll be even more awe-inspiring than I am now. Oh, and the stories I'll have to tell you've got a lot to look forward to. And then Angelica was never seen again. As soon as the graduation ceremony is over, I'll hit the road. I am curious as to how things will go back home, the situation being what it is, but, well, I think it's best that I just focus on my own journey and nothing else. I only get one shot at this, right? This tour of mine's not going to be easy with the international climate the way it is, but I'm so excited to get started. I'm going to learn a ton about technology and about how a nation's culture affects its people and its engineers. I can't wait. I just hope seeing all that stuff helps me figure out what I should be doing with my future too. Could upgrade slots. Did any of our... Okay, only Elliot? Elliot and Emma and Eustace got fully upgraded slots, and that's it. Everyone else... stay broke. Do I have anything to trade in? I mean, we have a little bit. Bro, why'd I got so many Ursipith? I mean, I guess it's like I don't spend it. Because, like, what the hell? I mean, even though I don't respect Earth Quartz, like, it does feel like you get way more than all the others. I guess it's also because, like, I just never... But, I mean, really, like, what are you even gonna buy here? I mean, I guess Adamantine Shield if you're a... If you want to engage with the game mechanics. I was gonna say if you're a coward, but that's not fair. Now, I am still gonna, like, say it here, but... I mean, for what it's worth, the main problem with
Hey,
Adamantine
Valimar,
Shield
how you holding up?
is that it's not as needed in Cold Steel 1 and 2 at least. They have been a little bit better about S-Crafts compared to, say, like, basically all the previous game. Well, really 0 and a 0 I think were the ones that were like truly ridiculous, where S-Crafts would very easily do like way more than your max HP if they hit you. So like it felt like shield was really important. Now, while I never used adamantine shield, I did abuse Teo ult a lot, but it felt more necessary in those games than it did in here, where it's still pretty like, for some of the fights, I say the McBurn thing, where you can only you can realistically survive like 3 S-Crafts if you did like double proxy puppets on everyone, and then an Artemis tiers, but I don't know really where I was going with this, but I guess it's more than just like, I don't like how adamantine shield like makes like how easy it makes the game, and I do kind of hate that it feels like the game is balanced around it when it's like, just make S-Crafts do slightly less damage so that they don't, at the very least the ones that hit the entire screen will one-shot everyone, or get rid of S-Crafts that hit the entire screen in the first place, just make it so that they're all proximity based, so that if you do spread completely out you won't be instantly wiped, or just make them do slightly less damage and remove guard from the equation.
My ability to self-repair means that maintenance is not mandatory, but I expect it will increase my operating efficiency.
Glad to hear it. This is going to be our new home base for the time being, so you can get in as much maintenance as you need. I'm gonna need you a lot in the days ahead, Valimar.
I will strive to meet your expectations.
Yeah, anytime a Crossbellian citizen smiles, Reen feels a deep pain in his chest and has to go fly over and make them suffer.
Something wrong?
Not as such. I thought I sensed something unusual, but it must have been my imagination.
You really are getting to be scarily human these days, you know?
What do you think happens in Valimar's imagination?
What was it you sensed, though? A person?
I am unsure. It may have simply been a fluctuation in the earth veins below us.
It's not the real Shadow Lord resurrecting or nothing. Don't worry about it.
Similar fluctuations are hardly abnormal.
Well, if you don't think it's anything worth worrying about, I'll try and put it out of my mind. If you sense anything strange in the future, though, let me know, okay? You can tell me... telepathically was the word, right?
He can do that?
Indeed. I shall use it to inform you should I sense anything is amiss.
You may do that the entire freaking game? We ain't had Valimar in a year? I mean, it makes sense, because, I mean... he can hear Reen when Reen's like 1,000 miles away, but... Be at ease, Reen. I shall inform you of impending danger should anything be amiss. This is the ideal opportunity for you to rest and recover from your missions. Use it as you see fit. Time is a valuable thing which cannot be reversed. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, I'll try and take it easy. You needn't thank me. You have no missions to attend to for the time being. For now, you should focus on enjoying the time that you have. Time is a valuable thing which cannot be reversed. So stop talking to me. How do I leave? Oh, there's the door. I was like, oh no, I'm trapped. That's how they got to Reen. They trapped him in the engineering building. You can't oppress people anymore if you're trapped in here, haha! You'll never get out of this room alive, Sonic, haha? Bro, this place is fucking packed, man. It's hard to believe the second years only have a couple of weeks left here now. I still remember the day they enrolled here like it was yesterday. I think I'll treat them to something nice tomorrow. Will it be free? Here you go using that fucking F word again. What's with the sour face? Come on, eat up now. What you need to do is down a warm meal. Nothing like a full stomach to bring a smile to your face. That and the knowledge that those soldiers over that you killed at the Crossbell border will never eat again. I mean, it's just very odd to me that they had this whole thing where Reen was like broken up over V's death. When V, I mean, I don't know if I'll go so far as to say he deserved to die. But obviously not really that, like, sympathetic of an individual. Whereas the Calvardian soldiers were probably, like, at least some of them just, like, conscripts, you know? Like, or at the very least, even if they enrolled willingly, they're just told, like, hey, go fly your airship and, you know, fight Erebonia. Like, way more sympathetic characters than V, you know? But Reen had no qualms about just blowing them up. Radio, fill me in on everything you're up to over in Crossbell. I think you used to need my help to get onto the radio. Nowadays, the radio follows you. That's very, very impressive. But just take care, okay? Radio, fill me in on everything you're up to over in Crossbell. That hangar's in use already from what I hear. Not much about it to start. It'll probably be used way more in the future, though. We might even end up with sold-out related classes thanks to it. Kinda feel like I'm graduating too soon. Can't say I don't know how you feel. But I think we should just believe in the first years now. They've grown a lot since the first day. They'll be fine. I suppose that's true. You know, it is kind of weird that, like, you know, they're gonna instantly have, like, soldats taught as the curriculum, potentially, yet tanks? Where are our tanks? Like, you would think we would have had, like, tanks on campus then. Been an eventful 2 years here, but a fun 2 years nonetheless. Look at me, getting all down like it's over. We've still got time to enjoy yet. The Imperial Army will establish a new major air fleet soon, you know? So Emily and I are going to sign up. You can imagine how well Father took the news, but we managed to talk him around to the idea. Emily's already fired up at the thought of being an officer like Captain Claire one day. Emily and I are planning on joining the Imperial Army's new air fleet after graduation. It's a tad nerve-wracking to be sure, but I'll have Emily with me. I know everything's going to work out fine. I've been appointed the new captain of the Academy's lacrosse club. I swear on my name as a Floyd, I will be doing a stellar job in fulfilling the numerous duties that come with the title, though perhaps bringing my rival with Elisa to its conclusion by the end of the month will take precedent for now. Tomorrow's going to be Emily and Theresia's final day as members of the lacrosse club, which means one of the last days we really get to spend with them. Well, we better make the most of it. We don't have much time left to spend with Emily and Theresia, which means we will have to wring every last drop of fun out of it. Where are you going? What are you doing? Maybe you better be going to Crossbell to help Lloyd. Oh yeah, we passed in the second year training regimen. Down to you tomorrow. It's crazy hard, but you're ready for it, aren't you? Give me a hell yeah. Hell, of course. Hey there, sorry, wrong guy, huh? Bro, how much money have I given you? Sorry about that. I'm used to him coming here to mess around every day that I thought you were him. I can't believe he's gone. Don't know if I'll ever be able to. Wait, is this new? No, this is not new. I didn't recognize the names, so, but yeah, that's because Reen uses a different, better sword. Got an achievement. We might read that in a second. We might talk to everybody here and then save Toa's event for next video and read the Imperial Chronicle after we finish talking to everyone. Sitting in the club room as the sun sets, reading and writing with Dorothy, I really love times like these. I hardly realized just how much until recently, truth be told. It's kinda sad to think that come next month this will all be a memory. You feeling any better now? I mean, endless ocean of work aside. Honestly, the work's not all that bad. It's kinda nice to get back to a mundane life after so long away. I think my time in Crossbell helped me realize what's important to me, like spending time with everyone here. And if you say so, just don't forget to rest up. Knowing you'll be busy again soon enough. I only know that I realize how much I've come to love the Literature Club. Even if I spend most of my time evading Dorothy's attempts to turn me onto her favorite genre, I'll really miss it. I was actually a little lost about what to do when I graduate, but my heart's finally set on becoming a writer. That's why I've been submitting my work to every literary magazine I can find. Literature's an important part of our culture, so I don't want to ever make us lose sight of that. Or I don't want war to ever make us lose sight of that. And if I can do that through a profession I love, well, all the better. I've been submitting my work to all sorts of different literary magazines, hoping to become a published author. Shockingly, none of them have been terribly keen on my work so far. Not that that worries me. You know what they say, the best cure for a downtrodden heart is a beautiful romance between the purest of boys. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, my brother finally got back from Crossbell. He showed up out of nowhere back home. It was a big deal though, given how long he's been out of touch. I was out fishing and missed the whole thing. Seems like there's been a change in the ecology of fishing spots over Erebone in the past few months, which is a fancy way of saying my old fishing strategies don't work anymore and I gotta think up new ones. At least that's fun to do. It's scary just how fast the time has gone. I'm sorry that I couldn't accept your request though. Don't worry about it. By the sound of it, there'll only be one chess club next year anyway, for both upper and lower class students to use. Live your life how you want to. I couldn't ask for anything else. Thank you. Can't believe Makias and I have known each other for an entire year now. Time really flies. All the late nights you spent together battling out over a chessboard, just the thought's making me all emotional. Oh, come on now, there's nothing to cry about. They're tears of joy because I'll never have to talk to this nerd again. We're lucky to have been students here. Not only do we get great classmates, we got great second years too. And yes, I'm including Crow. We're lucky to have been students here. Not only do we get great classmates, but we got great second years too. Where are you going? Fill me in! Rex and I sent some of our war photos to the Imperial Chronicle and they really loved them. We even received special recognition during the last Pulitzer Prize ceremony. That in turn led to a man named Norton to offer me a job at the Chronicle, which I graciously accepted. I plan to use that position to spread the truth to as many people as possible. Rex and I received special recognition during the last Pulitzer Prize ceremony for the photos we sent in. Rex, on the other hand, still hasn't extended his photographic interest beyond girls. Why did I leave the future of the club in his hands? I mean, well, you didn't really have much of an option because, well, you know, this is the Occult Research Society's room. I can't see any sign of Beryl either. Maybe the club's been closed? Yeah, I noticed there was no Beryl. I don't know. Probably busy telling Vita off for ruining her grand plan. Alright, let's read our book and get ready to call it a video. First things first, take a sip of the sauce. God, I hate the Imperial Chronicle. Congratulations on Crossbell's annexation! Lord Rufus Alberea, best known as the man who led the Erebonian force which moved on Crossbell, became the first Governor-General of Crossbell during a ceremony held at Orcius Tower, which will henceforth be the territory's new center of government. Alberea swore to work towards a stable society and build a new government, one completely different from those that came before. His speech was met with cheering and thunderous applause. Probably because they had guns pointed at him. Granted, Crossbell, you know, they're not the best at picking their leaders anyway, so they don't have the best track record. Universal rejoicing in Crossbell. There wasn't a frown to be seen in Crossbell today. Doubt. With the citizens unanimously overjoyed to be incorporated into the Erebonian Empire. It's like a dream come true, said one 23-year-old woman. Others were more reserved in their celebration, happy to join the Empire, remorseful for Crossbell's actions. We must have caused the Erebonian people a lot of stress, lamented one self-employed man I spoke to. Bro, this is the most fucking propaganda bullshit I've ever read in my life. It seems the annexation has brought about a new era of self-awareness for those of the newly declared territory. Working together with Erebonia. Crossbell has long prospered as a result of having one of the largest merchant cities in the continent, and its inclusion in the Empire should only grant it greater prosperity. Wasting no time after returning to his position, Chancellor Osborne announced on the same day as the annexation that he would introduce new policies to support the territory's economic growth. Governor-General Rufus Alberea looked more than happy to hear the news, and the two capped off the meeting with an enthusiastic handshake to rapturous applause. The annexation of Crossbell is bound to bring about a bright future for the people of Erebonia, and we here at the Imperial Chronicle are united in supporting its future development. Crossbell sparks economic turnaround. Ever since the annexation of Crossbell, national economic indicators have been on the rise. There are several contributing factors, of course, including Imperial Governor Carl Redding's announcement that Heimdall has returned to normalcy and large corporations like the Reinford Group resuming their exports, but many cite Crossbell as the turning point. Some analysts even argue that the pre-war economy has already been surpassed. Furthermore, the capital is likely to see a massive influx of tax revenue from Crossbell, which many economic analysts predict will lead to unprecedented levels of prosperity. One economic pundit commented, "With Crossbell under its wing, Erebonia's economy is likely to reach greater heights than ever before. It wouldn't be hyperbole to call Erebonia, as it stands, a superpower." Eat my ass. This Ashen Knight overwhelms the Republican army. Range Schweizer, the hero who brought the Civil War to an end, still has a few tricks up his sleeve, which he approved by single-handedly repelling the Republican army. The 18-year-old Mr. Schweizer is a student at a prestigious military academy, as well as the only person capable of piloting the cutting-edge Ashen Knight. His achievements quickly drew the eye of the armed forces, and one high-ranking army staff member even says that they are considering giving him special treatment upon graduation to hasten his path to becoming a military officer. This young man's future seems exceptionally bright, but the military has been doing what it can to keep his light hidden. Nearly all information on him and his whereabouts is classified, and interviews with him are strictly prohibited. Special meeting of the Provisional Council. Another meeting of the Provisional Council is planned for the end of the month. Marquis Ragnar, Marquis Hyrams, and the Crossbell's Governor General Lord Rufus Alberia are all set to attend. The meeting will deal with the aftermath of the war and the treatment of Duke Cayenne and Duke Alberia, both of whose questioning has now formally begun. The council has said they will also issue a statement regarding the ongoing confusion in Ortis, where a splinter group of Noble Alliance forces continues to enforce its rule. Many have taken this as a sign that they may bring that situation there to an end. Let's get the good new year to a good start. 1204 had its share of ups and downs, but 1205 is finally here. The start of a new year is always a good chance to put the past behind us and start afresh. But here, it's a little late for that. It's fucking March. So here are a few tips for welcoming the new year in a positive way and work towards making a good one. Sort your belongings. This is a great opportunity to throw away all the unneeded clutter building up around you. Don't forget to get some cleaning in either. Set at least one new goal for yourself to achieve in the year ahead. Having goals helps make you feel more positive. Give back to the people who helped you last year. When I send them a card, that's sure to leave a positive impression. Last but not least, be sure to get plenty of rest. Last year's Civil War took an exhausting toll on all of us, so much so that a large number of people in the capital claimed to have witnessed a collective hallucination. Get those thoughts out of your head and start the year off healthy by sleeping well and sleeping often. Just saying, man. Read this shit? Whoa. Read this, Pog. Pog. All just freaking pages of Pog. Alright, let's stop. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.